Hi, I'm Jennifer Wise with Photo and Story Treasures by Forever. Welcome to this really fun tutorial about how to use business cards to really stand out in your business or use them for some fun personal uses as well. I'm going to show you how to do this using Artisan software by Forever. First, I want to give you a little bit of information about the business cards in general and some fun ways to use them. What makes these business cards different is, I think, can be narrowed down into these two words, which are freedom and flexibility. So, when you create business cards through Artisan, it gives you full flexibility, and that means you can be creative in how you use your business cards. So, you can use them for business, but again, I mentioned there are lots of personal uses too. So, you can really do a lot of fun things with these cards. So, possibility number one is, of course, using them for business, but you can use business cards as an informational note, maybe extra perks you offer, or you could use business cards as a punch card. In this case, I used these business cards to remind people that their free forever accounts come with a referral link. And so this card here that you see has information about what the referral link, is and does and how it can benefit them. Possibility number two, this one was really fun to make as well. Now you can do this, I do this for business, you can see, but you can use this for personal, birthday party favors or whatever. I got little tiny bags and put a hug and a kiss in each one and gave these out to the gals at a networking group that I'm in. And it's just something that, I mean, if you're using this for like a birthday party or something, that's obviously very personal and cool. But when you're using it as something that's so personal for business, I think it makes you really stand out. And I think that's fun. I wanted to show you actually what I did on the inside because, the business cards that you can make through Artisan are double-sided. And so I wanted to show you that I used well, I guess we'll call it the front that bends in half, and then I just stapled onto the little bag. But when you grab that and open it, this inside gives you information about Artisan, about the business cards, and my contact information, so that it's kind of an advertisement as well. So it's just unique and something that you can really use in fun and creative ways. All right, so we'll move on to possibility number three, another way that I personally have used these business cards. This one I just used for kind of a thinking of you for any random act of kindness. So if you're dropping off cookies at somebody's desk or flowers on somebody's doorstep or whatever, this is kind of a fun thing to leave behind. So another possibility, and you could do this for personal or business use also, is kind of like I like to think of it as like a mini birthday card where you're just really attaching it to a gift. So you can see on the front side, I just say wishing you the happiest of birthdays, then my name. And then on the back, there's just a little quote that says, age is merely the number of years the world has been enjoying you. And when you use Artisan, which we'll talk about here in a second, you have access to so many, I was going to say billions, but I'm sure it's not billions, but so many digital art collections. And the one that I happened to use on this one just had that little quote, age is merely the number of years the world has been enjoying you. So it was super easy to put together because that was just kind of already there created for me. And then, of course, possibility number five is a traditional business card, but you can add a non-traditional look to it if you want. My business card has on the back two QR codes that people can scan if they want a little bit of extra information. One of them is a little introduction to me that you see on the left, and one of them on the right is a little introduction to Forever. And then possibility number six, I love this one. You can make place cards for a special table setting, at an event that might be a holiday, a wedding, any sort of celebration. I think it's really fun. So, of course, on these business cards, I just made them plain on the front. Well, not plain, like empty, right? Without names on the front. And then I can just write in the names of the guests. And then it says give thanks on the back. So that when it's up on the, on a fancy table and you see the back of it too, you've got an extra little message there. When I put it in the little like place card holder thing. And then I really like this because these cards come in sets of 50. And I never have 50 people at my Thanksgiving table, but it's kind of nice to be able to write in whoever happens to be there. So and so's friend is in town and they're going to join us for Thanksgiving or whatever. So it's kind of a neat thing to have. All right, so those are just some of my ideas. Maybe you love one of those, or maybe you think maybe one of them made you think of another idea that you would love. So, however that worked out, I want to show you the specifications here for the business cards by Forever. So, as you know, they are double-sided, and I mentioned they come in packs of 50. They are a regular business card size. So, if you get a landscape orientation, like these ones that you see here in the box, they are 3.5 inches wide by 2 inches tall. And obviously, if you turn them the other way, they would be 2 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide. And um, oh, I said that backwards, but you know what I mean. And the portrait orientation, of course, are those little, birthday party ones that are birthday wishes ones that I showed you and a couple of the other ones. Anyway, they're printed on 120-pound premium satin paper, which makes them lovely. So, if you are new to Forever, that's how these business cards are made. So, I wanted to just mention a little bit about Forever. So, to make any of these business cards that you saw, you need a free Forever account. Business cards are actually a specialty product, so there's a little bit more to it than just this, but we'll start here. So, if you don't have a Forever account, you can open one at my website there. That will connect the two of us if you open your Forever account at that website. I will put that link just so it's easy to get to and a live link in the pinned comment of this video recording. Anyway, so new accounts receive a $20 coupon that's good for 60 days. So you can get your business cards for free, basically, if you use this coupon. Or there's a lot of other stuff that you can get at Forever as well that you may want to apply that $20 coupon to. But just keep in mind it's only good for 60 days. So use it quick. All right. So a little about Artisan. Now I've mentioned that a little bit already, but if you don't know, Artisan is a creative software program that you download to your computer. It's available with a subscription. The current version of Artisan is called Artisan 6, and so that's the big logo you see over here, A6. And I'm going to put a link in the pinned comment of this video that will take you directly to the Artisan software so that you can learn about all the, computer requirements and, pricing, all that stuff. So Artisan is created for the PC, but it's also available or accessible, I guess I should probably say, on a Mac if you have a partitioning program that you use or that you can use. And then when you have Artisan, when you're an Artisan user, you can use my free tutorial videos to learn how to use it. There's so much there. It's incredible. There's so much available, so many things you can do with it. So I've made a bunch of free tutorials, that video tutorials, so like, just walk you right through. Or you can join the Pixels to Pages online group for pro tips and videos. They are the pros. I will give you the basics and they will give you all the stuff. And I'll put a link to that information in the pinned comment as well. All right, so just a note about using Artisan. If you love creativity and photos, then I highly recommend Artisan for all your digital scrapbooking and photo gifts needs, such as amazing calendars, scrapbook pages, cards, and all that. However, if you love these business card ideas for either for personal use or business use, but you don't really think you're going to use Artisan beyond that, I thought I would mention this option. I do hire out to create projects for people, so you can email me the details, and I really can make business cards quickly because I mean, you saw them. There's a front and a back, and they're this big, so it's typically only a portion of my hourly rate, depending on what you want. So I just wanted to mention that if you think this looks great, but I don't know if I want all of Artisan. If you are a digital scrapbooker, definitely you should just get Artisan and use it. But if you're not, this is another option. All right, so let's go. I am now going to show you how to make these truly personalized business cards using full flexibility and creativity with Forever's Artisan software. So I'm going to show you a card that I just made, and then I will go over the basics of making a card from scratch. So I'm going to just pause this recording real quick and hop over to Artisan, which is open on my computer. All right, so this is my Artisan 6 program that I've got opened on my computer. You can see down at the bottom some of the latest projects that I've been working on of late. I made this one yesterday, I think it was. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. And so this is just my example of something. This is something that I wanted to make. And so I just made it recently so I can show you. So this is the front. You can see over at the right, you can see well, if you can see over at the right where my mouse is, I was going to say you can see, but you can't yet. So never mind. I have clicked pages. Pages is what is sort of, highlighted right there. Right now. And so over at the right, you can see the front, quote unquote page, and then the back page. So this is zoomed in a lot. So you can see up here the like the little ruler. And I always recommend that people check out the ruler, like pay special attention to it when you're working on a card, because you can zoom way, 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 way in, and then you might not realize that what you've done isn't readable. I do that all the time, which is why I'm telling you this. So the best thing to do is to zoom out a little bit. Like I just scroll down, or what do you call that? Yeah, I guess scroll with this little button on my mouse. You can see here. So I scroll down and then I take a ruler like this and I hold it up to my monitor and I just make sure that it says 2. In this case, it's 2 inches wide. So I just hold it up to my monitor so that I can make sure that I can read it. So anyway, this is the front. And then I'm going to click on the back, and this is what I've made for the back. So now that you've seen an example, let me show you how to actually make one. So you'll go to, when you first log in, you'll be on this welcome page and you will click create a new project. So it gives us a moment. And then what you'll do, so cards are housed under, you can see all this digital scrapbooking and books and everything. Cards are housed under over here at the left, cards and stationery. So you can see the stationery, by the way, is notebooks and planners, which are down there at the bottom. But you can see here the business cards right here. You can see they come in landscape and portrait. And if you click on one of them, it will give you some information about it over here at the right. I want to point out too that it'll give you a price, but that's the full price. And there actually isn't any way to ever pay the full price. Everything is on sale at either 35, well, all print products, I should say, are on sale at either 35% off or 50% off. There are some specialty items like there's foil cards that has like a gold foil on it or a silver foil. A few of the specialty items don't fall into those 35 or 50% off categories. Sometimes they're somewhere in the middle, like the best sale price they have on them, like the foil cards, is 40% off or whatever. But business cards fall into the general category of either 35 or 50. So anyway, don't take that price at full value. Cut 35% or 50% off in your head while you're doing the math of how much you'll spend on these. So anyway, um, it'll give you all the information here. So when you can either choose, landscape or portrait, click on whichever one it is that you want, and then click next. It will ask you if you want to select a template. I don't, so I'm going to click next. It'll give me an option to add photos to my business card. You can do that now or you can do it later, and then click next. This one I'm just going to call practice. I'm going to show you the basics. And I have a bunch of tutorials that will go over all the things. If you want to put a drop shadow behind, or if you want to, whatever, how to upload the digital art that I'm going to show you and all that. So I realize I'm skipping a whole bunch of things here, but I have very specific tutorials about all the things that you might want to do. And you can always reach out to me. Hey, I'm looking for a tutorial about blah, blah, blah. Um, and I'll point you in the right direction. So let's see. I'm gonna just pick a random let's do a birthday. Let's just do a little birthday thing. So in the digital art that you have either gotten the freebies and downloaded or purchased and downloaded, you will find a paper. It's not real paper, obviously, it's digital, and you'll drag it on here, make it bigger to cover the whole thing. And if you get a little bit lost here, like I can't see where the card is anymore, you can come up to view up here where my mouse is, click view and click either page, which gives you a little bit of the bleed area here, or trim, which you should definitely not, go outside of that area. So we'll just do trim just to be safe here. Um, we will come over here. I'm just going to do this very quickly. It may not look wonderful or make sense. So we'll put this guy here. And then we're going to go back over. And I think in this collection there is oh yeah, maybe we'll do this. Maybe not this guy. I'm going to click on him and hit delete. And then we'll just call this good here. To add text, I'm going to come up to the upper left, and you can see right here where my mouse is. Insert is what I want to click. And then if I click text there, it will come up with a text box. And I'm going to say, wishing you the best birthday ever, your coworker, Jennifer, whatever. And then click create. Now, if you love this font, I will tell you that it is called Cutie Patootie, and I got it at 1001freefonts.com. And it's so cute and I love it. But if you want a different font, then all you have to do is, is click on the text box and come up here where my mouse is kind of at the upper left-ish, and you can choose any other font on your computer. All right, so if you want this one instead, go ahead and click that. And if you don't want, you need to change the aspect ratio of your little text box if you don't want it to all go over together. All right, so we're going to do this. I don't know that that's what I want it to look like. There we go. Okay, that's better. Anyway, so the other thing that I want to show you is that if you want to change the spacing, because there's lines here on this one. If you want to change the line spacing, you double click on it, and then you can see over here, there's some line spacing, and you can kind of play with that a little bit. Okay, great. I'm not going to worry about that. Now you know how to do it. Woohoo. And then you need to click before you go to the other side, save. This button right up here at the upper right where my mouse is, save. Then you're going to go to the other side. So you want to go back up here to pages, because that's the front page and the back page, page 1 and page 2. I'm going to go back to try to use the same content, and we'll do whatever. Today is your day or something like that. Um, put it over at the side. We'll get a paper. You can see that. Let's see, how do I, how about just this? You can see that the paper now is on top. So you can either right click and hover over order and then tell it to move it to the back. Or you can come over here to the left under elements and you can just click and drag and move your elements that way. The papers, the the embellishments, anything you can, anything that's on there, a text box, anything you can click and drag to change the layering. So we'll do one more. Is this the one that had that little quote? I think it's not. I can't remember. Oh, it is. It is. Okay. So I'm going to use a different one though. Life should not only be lived, it should be celebrated. Happy birthday. So I'm just going to bring that down here. Maybe we decide we don't like that. So we click on it and hit delete. Then we come up and get a balloon or something. I don't know, whatever. And then you click and drag and resize. And then you are done. And then you click save. And then you can see up here at the upper right, there is a that blue button that says print project at forever. And then when you click that, it will adjust your file from an artisan friendly file where it can all be edited and stuff to it's a PDF that's printable file, printable at forever. So it will make that adjustment and then it will upload it into your free forever account. So that is how you make a business card. And again, make sure you check out all of the links that I'm posting in the pinned comment because that will give you a lot more information and details and all of the a place to find all the tutorials that I have made about using Artisan. So thanks for stopping in and watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps people on YouTube find it better. And I can't wait to see what kind of little business card you decide to make. Thanks for joining me.